UFC 303, McGregor vs. Chandler might be cancelled, as we have seen Chandler leaving fight camp and we haven't seen Conor McGregor, who is not showing up to press obligations. And you might be thinking, this might have just been a random occurrence. We have seen things like ESPN pulling UFC advertisement from their website. We even have UFC themselves privating Conor McGregor's free fight videos posted a few days ago, and we have seen Dana White being absolutely quiet about the whole thing.
Every time I make that walk to the octagon, my aim is to create magic.
Iron Michael Chandler!
This whole thing started when the UFC 303 press conference in Dublin, Ireland was cancelled because Conor McGregor, who is from Ireland, didn't even show up. Conor did tweet out saying he's sorry and apologized to all his fans around the world and his Irish fans that things out of his control and the UFC's control happened, and that's why the press conference was cancelled. Now, a lot of people don't believe this because while Chandler has been in camp, posting content of him in camp and how hard he's working and how shredded he's looking to make this fight happen, Conor McGregor is posting videos of himself in a nightclub, posting videos and pictures of him drinking and doing things that's like, you are not in camp. We even see him posting things with his family on holidays. So is this guy actually getting ready to fight Michael Chandler? And fans were also quick to point out, during his apology, he never mentioned UFC 303 or Chandler. So they think if he didn't mention the fact that he's going to be fighting in the octagon in UFC 303 or against Chandler, what is he alluding to? Is he alluding to a different fight altogether? Or is he saying he's actually going to be coming and showing up to fight Chandler? And now we must think about this. Conor McGregor is coming off losses. He hasn't won his last few fights. And then when we look at his last fight, where he had a very bad injury against Dustin Poirier. Now, is this going to be a thing where Conor McGregor is kind of getting PTSD and he's looking at it like, I got my ankle broken. If I come back and something bad happens again, how will the people see me? Is this going to be giving him a bit of PTSD? And he's looking at it like, hey, I'm making so much money outside of the UFC. Do I really have to go back and put my body under all that punishment? But then again, Conor McGregor is on heavy drugs and things, so he's already destroying his body. I don't think the UFC is going to do any worse to him than he already is doing to himself. Conor McGregor, after fighting for so long and doing the things he has done, getting absolutely crazy titles and changing the whole face of the UFC, does he have nothing left to prove? After his loss against someone like Khabib, who was one of the top tier fighters, does he now have nothing else to prove? He's got an injury and doesn't want to come to continuously get injured or lose fights, making us see him as less of a dangerous fighter and making all his accolades look like nothing.
Unbelievable! What he's been able to do is nothing short of magnificent.
The biggest superstar this sport has ever seen.
Conor McGregor transcended the sport.
And maybe he just lost the love for the sport because it is a very, very hard sport and he's been in it for quite a while, even before he entered the UFC ranks. And to make things trickier, people are not even able to buy pay-per-view on ESPN. Some people are complaining about the fact that they can't purchase their pre-pay-per-view buy to have it in stock ready to go for the fight night. And then just to solidify everything else, we are getting a lot of rumors saying Dana White is looking for a replacement. And we're even talking about not even a replacement for Chandler so he can have a fight on the night but against a different opponent. They are looking to scrap the whole main event altogether and have a different main event for that card and then putting on the Conor McGregor vs. Chandler at a different time. Now, that would be crazy because this thing has been bred up and advertised for so long. This thing started a long time ago and we have been waiting, and the hype for this is going so big that if UFC 303 changes and they have a totally different fight as the main card, I feel like people will be very, very disappointed, not only in Conor McGregor for making it happen this way, but at the UFC for advertising something so big, hyping us up just to let us down. Again, this is kind of out of their control as they need the fighters to show up to have an event and to have a great show. But yeah, what do you guys think? Is Conor McGregor actually going to show up? The thing is, Conor McGregor, I don't like him as a person, but he is an incredible fighter and he's an incredible showman. He is very entertaining, and him in the UFC world is great because he brings that character, he brings that charisma. If he doesn't show up and this event gets cancelled, postponed, or just straight up changed altogether to give us a different main event for UFC 303, I feel like a lot of people are going to start turning a kind of like a side-eye at Conor McGregor. So I feel like this would be like a big slap in the face for the viewers and the fans of the UFC. But it's all up to Conor McGregor. He does not look ready, in my opinion, to be fighting. We saw how he was during the filming of the Roadhouse movie, and he didn't look good. He looked like he was having a lot of withdrawal symptoms, and then suddenly after a while, those symptoms went away. So did he get back on the drugs, or did he actually just get over the withdrawal symptoms? We don't know, and all of these things factor into the fact that UFC 303 might be cancelled, and we might not be getting the promised main event, and we might be getting a totally different event and a totally different main card happening that night. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I know how I feel about this. I really did want to see Conor McGregor coming back. If you did as well, let me know in the comments below. And do you think they're going to cancel, or do you think they're going to postpone it? Because at the end of the day, we still want to see McGregor versus Chandler. This is going to be a crazy fight, especially at the new agreed weight class. This is going to be a behemoth of a fight, and we need to see it happen. Don't forget, if you like these videos and you like my opinions and you like the little bits of news I bring to you, make sure to like, subscribe, let me know your opinions down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.